Hello and welcome to CosmoMuse Tarot and another 5-minute Friday, which is just a catchy name and way of saying a short reading. So usually these go closer to 8, even sometimes 10 minutes, but you know, I do every once in a while hit a 5-minute mark. Anyway, one thing to go over before we jump into the 4 different piles we have is in terms of how to phrase your yes, no, maybe question, which is what this reading is for, yes, no, maybe questions. Just to make interpretation easier for me as well as for you, phrase your questions so that if yes were the answer you got, that would be positive to you. That's what you would hope to get, is the yes. Just so that directionally all these questions are kind of going in the same direction. I hope that makes sense. If not, just trust me, everything will turn out better on both sides if we all just assume the yes is what is being hoped for. Okay, let's look at our 4 piles now. We have pile 1, which I don't know what this is, or even if it is a stone, but I just really like this beautiful little magenta heart with sort of like a flower carved into it. We've got Obsidian for pile 2. We've got a calcified blue coral for pile 3. And some raw rose quartz for pile 4. Okay, for those of you that enjoy the breath work I do in helping you to tune into your higher self as well as intuition in picking your pile, we'll do that now. So place your feet firmly on the ground. Feel the stability, the solidity of that under you. Take a deep breath to drop into your body and anchor into that grounding. Now take another breath and suck the oxygen up, up, up toward the 3rd eye, the place between your brows. Hold that in. Suck in just a little more to add pressure, and then out loud exhale, opening up your crown chakra and inviting in intuition, higher wisdom, and settling that back into where we anchored to feel those connections to the pile. When you ask the different piles, if they are the right aligned message for you, it should feel sort of settled, anchored, magnetic. Okay, so let's jump into this. If you need more time, you can press pause, and then I will see you in your piles, and the timestamps are in the descriptions. All right, we'll start with pile 1. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your yes, no, maybe reading. You guys picked this magenta heart with a little floral carved into it. So just a quick note about a little intuitive hit I got from your stone as I was shuffling and drawing your cards. It was sort of interesting because I would have thought I'd connect maybe very vibrant sort of summer energy to this heart because it feels very, you know, alive to me, but you know, I can't help what comes. It felt sort of autumn-like to me, like there's something being let go of here maybe. Not necessarily sad, just sort of that elegance of a change in season. Yeah, I don't know, just sort of an easing up in even like self-control or something, which can sometimes feel like a bit of a loss in some ways, like having to be more cooperative about something, which may actually just be expanding your heart. Okay, So that doesn't really have to do with the yes, no, just some sort of context I was feeling. Either that's an energy around you right now or something around this question. Okay, we are going to look at this top row, which are the tarot cards, to tease out the yes, no, maybe here. So we've got 9 of Cups, 5 of Cups, yeah, something being walked away from maybe, and 8 of Cups. That is so interesting. Wow, both 8 and 5 of Cups are like sort of walking away from things. At the same time, the 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment card, and that might be where I felt sort of like by letting go of something, it's like your heart expands by doing that. So I want to say ultimately this is a yes, but it may not be a yes in the way you would expect. I feel like whatever your question is, you're going to end up having to leave something behind about how it's the current state of your question. But as soon as you sort of relax around your question, let go of some sort of tension there, or something, some sort of ghost even around it, in terms of like something's haunting you about this, or something's ready to be left behind about this, it's like it reorganizes. The question reorganizes. So in the state, the current state of your question is a no. There's going to be something you'll walk away from about how this question is currently phrased, but it is going to recongeal in a new way. And when that happens, you're going to get a yes. So it's like not all is lost. It's not an straight across the board no, but something is a no initially to this. And as soon as you feel like you let go of something, even if it's just a tension in you here, something, and you'll feel like I get the sense that you'll feel this, like something's going to reorder itself in terms of how this question is swirling in you, embodied within you. And when you feel that, know that then a yes is coming. And it will be a really, really beautiful, expansive, pleasurable yes. A really harmonious yes. So yeah, hopefully that, it's a little complicated, but hopefully that makes sense. Let's look at your astrology cards to see if we can get any more context. So this could have to do with something in relationships right now. Could be love. I mean, the way these parrots are together, it makes me think of more, in the heart here. There's something with your heart in a relationship, whether it's a love relationship or a relationship that your heart is very invested. And I think for the majority of you, it's a love relationship that's involved in your question. 12, yeah, exactly. Something is, something's reordering here. And as soon as it reorders, as soon as you surrender, like something needs to be surrendered. And that's exactly, I was just getting this sensation like you need to loosen some tension or something that you're trying to hold on to or keep away and like under a rug. You just need to let whatever, you don't have to do anything. You don't need to throw something out, break something off. there's no action for you to take other than to surrender, and certain things that are wanting to dissolve here just naturally will in that surrender. And as soon as that happens, it's like clarity hits, direction hits, and a really gorgeous yes comes through in the undertone of what this question actually is. You're just needing to get rid of some sort of ephemeral thing on top of here that is making it nebulous. But yeah, it wouldn't be surprising to me if this had something to do with a love relationship for a lot of you. Potentially a new start. Yeah, I don't know. Either a new start with someone you're already with, or letting go of an old thing and a new thing coming in. But some new order is composing here, and you're just needing to let, some overlay go to really see the heart of the matter. Okay, let's look at your last oracle cards, Muladhara. So the root chakra. Yeah, I get that this is probably hard, something that easing up, relaxing your grip on something, surrendering may feel incredibly vulnerable to do, like the ground underneath you is dissolving. So a lot of trust is being asked here to be vulnerable in surrendering here. But just know that underneath of any thing that feels unstable, by sort of easing up here and letting things dissolve that naturally want to dissolve. And that doesn't have to be a whole thing. It can be an aspect of something. The ground underneath you is still incredibly solid, and you will realize that very quickly once you kind of allow certain overlays to go. So it's sort of a paradox here. It's like something feels too vulnerable to surrender here, to allow what wants to come and go to come and go. But by the very act of doing that, you recognize how stable you are. So yeah, anyway, huge act of trust being asked of you. Okay, last two oracle cards. We've got Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial change. Yeah, exactly. I think you know there's something, and it's just like, the yes is so close underneath of certain things that need to go around your question, and I think you know this already. And then V, victory in some endeavor. And there's even a V upside down in this Muladhara, like victory coming in. If you can trust, if you can let go, allow what needs to go, and what wants to come, just in this allowing, in this surrender, under what seems very vulnerable is a lot of solidity and a lot of, a big yes victory in the end. And I think you know inside of yourself, if you allow yourself to go into your inner world and into your intuition and ask very simple yes/no questions, even if you have to ask 10 in a row of simple yes/no questions to get a your body knows that, and build up trust with that, and then being able to let go of having to go through that process and just trusting certain knowings that come. You know what's going on here, I think. But ultimately, this question is going to reframe itself, and when it does, there is a yes coming. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this was a reading that resonated for you, I always appreciate thumbs up. Little comments are definitely fun to read as well. And always subscribe if you are not yet. All right, see you guys. Hello, pile 2. You guys are my Obsidian pile. And just a quick intuitive hit I got for you guys with your yes, no, maybe reading. With this stone, as I was drawing your cards, was just like this deep receptivity. So I don't know if this is generally an energy around you or an energy around your question, but there's like a deep receptivity that's just bringing in a lot of beauty, a lot of sensuality, a lot of luxury here. So not necessarily in relation to a yes, no, but just some context of energy that's being felt here. Okay, we are going to look at this top row of tarot cards to see if we can tease out the yes, no, maybe here. Beautiful Ace of Cups. Four of Swords. Yeah, I love this. And Seven of Wands. Okay. Ooh, yeah. I'm feeling a full-on yes here, with a tiny caveat to watch for. And it doesn't affect this changing into a no, it's just something to be aware of and how to deal with it. I mean, straight up yes here. Whatever is going on, it's like, I think you've had a major win in something, or a win is coming in that is really allowing you to drop into either more luxury in general around your question, or overall in life, and more relaxation and just like fortunate circumstances, just feeling life as full, life as easy, or your question is full and easy. Enjoy that, take advantage of it. There's something here where you did draw this in through efforts this is beautiful karma coming in. It's not like it just came out of nowhere, even if it feels like that. But I think there's some evil eyes to watch out for. I think there's going to be some jealousy around you, some people trying to knock you, maybe even trying to knock your reputation or knock something about this question. It's unknockable, but you can do certain things to protect your energy from evil eye. Rituals around boundaries. Imagine a beautiful one that actually I read just barely, someone else talked about, I think it was Mama Medicine, of just, whether it's good or bad energy coming towards you, like surround yourself with mirrors. Like go into a meditative state, close your eyes, imagine yourself surrounded by mirrors, and notice what kind of, you don't even have to know where it's coming from, but what is the energy coming toward you? And you can take that into your heart, and whether that's good energy or bad energy, you can reflect it back out with those mirrors with love. And so, because we can get embroiled in negative energy and evil eyes if we fall into the trappings of its negativity, and then evil eye back, or like feel it, even if we don't know where it's coming from, feel it there and it affects us. But if you can just like take it in and know that if any evil eye is coming towards you, it's because someone else is hurting. It's not about you, it's about them. So you can just take it in, allow your heart to fill it with love, and if it's beautiful energy coming in, fill it with love and just send it back out. Let those mirrors reflect everything right back to where they came from. Mirror that back to where it came from, but with love. And I think this is a beautiful way to protect yourself, to allow this space to be luxurious for you, and to not only ward off evil eye, but help people get themselves out of even feeling that energy towards you, and just create positivity all around. so that you're able to just really luxuriate in whatever's coming. Okay, let's look at your astrology. The sun, yeah, I mean, this is so beautiful. It's just a time of, the sun is on you. The warmth of life is on you right now. Second house, so this could be financial, material, financial, and that I felt that like luxury, like sensuality, like material, wallowing in something around your question or just in general is like coming in. And then Chiron, it's because you've healed something. That's the karma here. You've healed some sort of wound about your value of what you deserve materially, what you deserve to, in terms of ease in life. It's like you've you've really cleaned out some kind of wound here and are seeing so much from a much more healed, soft, beautiful place, a lot more wisdom around this. So yeah, gorgeous. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. Anahata, the heart chakra, exactly. Enjoy what's coming in deeply through your heart, and any energy you feel coming towards you, take it into your heart, negative or positive, and put it back out with love, because your heart is strong right now. Nothing can affect it. Just love your life, love you, and love no matter what comes at you, knowing it's not about you. You know, it's just send more love out into the world, right back to where it came from. Okay, and then we've got Hat. You will be playing a different role, and I feel like that different role is understanding you can have an easier role, maybe. Because I even see the sun here. To me, instead of it rising, I think it's setting, where that relaxation comes in of like, oh, I can play the role. I can play a role in life where things are more relaxed, because I deserve it. I've worked for that. I've called this in. And then the torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding, right on Chiron. Yeah, you've really illuminated where some wound is around material life, around your role in life, around ease, and knowing how to always feel like your cup is full. A lot of spiritual healing and development here, and an enlightenment coming in. So gorgeous. All right, beautiful work, pile 2. Good for you guys. This is where I'm going to leave you. If this resonated, I always appreciate a thumbs up. Little comments are always fun to read, and definitely subscribe if you are not yet. And yeah, I will see you guys. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your yes, no, maybe reading. You guys are the calcified blue coral pile. So just a quick intuitive hit I got from your stone as I was shuffling your cards it's like something very tender is coming in, and I'm going to use a metaphor. And if this is literal for you, that's fine. My assumption is most people, this will be more of a metaphor than literal. But I'm getting the sense of almost like you have wanted a baby forever, or for a really long time, and you've tried for a long time, and it's finally happening. Like you have conceived, you're pregnant, you're past any scary points, and you're like nesting, getting the baby's room ready, getting the clothes, having the baby showers. So as a metaphor, there's something maybe you've really wanted to create for a long time that you've been trying, and finally it's like it's happening. It's maybe not like visible in the world yet, but it is very much so on its way, and in a known way on its way. And there's things you're preparing and getting ready and feeling very, tender and grateful about here. So just, it doesn't necessarily have to do with the yes, no, but there's an energy here metaphorically around this kind of thing, something that's finally come into a, germination, really set its roots in and will be breaking through the surface in no time. Okay, so this top row are your tarot cards, and it's how we're going to tease out a yes, no, maybe here. We've got Knight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and High Priestess. Yeah, I think there's maybe been some fence sitting, even though something around this question has maybe been desired for a long time. There's maybe been some hold up with it in terms of knowing how to get past some kind of stalemate. That conception's been difficult because there's been a stalemate, or some kind of too many irons in the fire, like spread too thin, juggling too many things, no room, time, or energy. That's what it is. Not necessarily, I guess that could be a stalemate. And I think, you've hit a wall with that, and you finally kind of, through hitting that wall, turned more inward, towards your intuition, and listened to your soul much more deeply of what am I doing that is just not working anymore? And what do I actually want? What would actually fulfill me right now? And I think you've taken a lot of initiative with this Knight of Swords to cut a lot of things out of your life to make room for what your inner High Priestess has a lot of wisdom about and a lot of direction around in terms of what will actually bring you fulfillment in your life to create and birth and cultivate and tend to and grow, and I think you're over a hump. Like, you've cut away the things that have needed to be cut away. You've created the space, and something's growing here, and you know it. It may not be completely visible in the world, but it's like to a state where there's no stopping it, and it's coming, and you know it, and you're already, the plans, the nesting, the plans are already in place to kind of take this more visible in some way. So however you connect to this, it can all be a little bit of a metaphor, what I've said, for something around this question, but it feels like a yes to me. It feels like you've done a lot of beautiful work to make space for whatever this question relates to and for it to kind of take root. Okay, let's look at your astrology cards. Yeah, Sagittarius, the right aim has been found here, and it's allowing you to expand in the right direction in your life. Moon, again, like you've listened to your intuition, your perceptions, continue to do that. And then Virgo, digest. So one thing coming through that you may already be doing, but if not, a great suggestion is creating certain systems, processes in your day-to-day. How can you incorporate in your general lifestyle something about this question to make it really productive, really efficient, really sacred and purposeful? Yeah, so that's gorgeous, and this is a sign that is like the things are open for you to do this here, and a sign of abundance being able to come because of that. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. Yeah, Sahasrara, which is the crown chakra, beautiful. So a lot of divine messages coming in, a lot of spiritual protection as well. And then you guys got 3 tea leaf cards. I usually do 2, but 3 came out, and I just decided to take them all. So bird perched, waiting for news, package, letter. Yeah, that's what I felt like. It's like this thing is on the way, and it's like, the package, the letter, the news is coming. It's already taken root. You're just waiting for it to be actually present, but it's coming, you know, it's already perched. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. And what I'm seeing here is with like that Knight of Swords, this is to me, you've cut away certain parts of your life to make new space, to build your bridge to a different shore, in a different direction, in a different way. And then flag, don't be tempted to lower your standards, which is a beautiful message to come through of like, you know, just a lot of trust and belief right now in what's coming, and don't get too overly anticipatory and like anxious that it's not coming, and trying to push and lower your standards to try and make things happen or ensure that they're happening. Relax. Don't lower any standards out of some sort of anxiety or negotiation that you think needs to take place for this to actually happen, because no negotiation needs to take place. Just stick in there, be patient, and trust yourself here. Trust your perceptions, your intuition, push your boundaries. If anything, heighten your standards, and do things in your daily rhythms that helps to incorporate aspects of what your question revolves around. Okay, wow, beautiful. This is where I'm going to leave you guys, but a really beautiful yes for you. If this resonated, I always appreciate a thumbs up. Little comments are great to read as well, and definitely subscribe if you're not yet. All right, see you guys. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your yes, no, maybe reading. You guys picked the raw rose quartz. So just a quick intuitive hit I got from your stone as I was shuffling and drawing your cards was that there is like a really beautiful soft energy around you or around this question, but it might be just like a shade too soft, too malleable, too impressionable or something here. So it doesn't have to do with the yes, no, maybe, but just some context that there might be something to get a little bit more clear about what you want and be like a little bit more assertive or something, more directed, self-directed here. So we're going to start with this top row, which are your tarot cards, to see if we can tease out if this is a yes, no, or maybe. So Strength, the Heart, Five of Wands, Competition, Page of Wands, beautiful. So this is a maybe to me. It does have great potential to be a yes, but there's some things you're going to need to do in order to really call in that yes securely. Is some planning. You need to really get in touch with your heart, your strength, your courage, and your command. And that's sort of what's missing, that slightly, like, it's beautiful to have a lot of compassion and spiritual energy, but to really stand out in something, which I think your question may, even if you're not conscious of it, under the surface of this question, asking you to do or needing you to do in order to get a yes is like to stand out, to shine, to take command. You really need to get in touch with your heart here and follow it with boldness, with shape, with direction, with passion, you know, like a little bit more I don't want to go like I mean, compared to where you are, I'm never going to say become aggressive. But from where you are right now with this question, you do need to get a little bit more aggressive or a little bit more assertive here. Put in some planning. You really need to think through, whatever to you is like a good mile marker in the future, whether that's a month, a year, 5 years. What is like when you ask yourself down the road, how do I want this to turn out? And when you say down the road, how far down the road is that? Start backwards. Start at that point and plan backwards to where you are now. There's definitely some strategies, some centering in your heart, some strength and courage needing to be channeled here. And I don't know, I just think for some of you that might be hard at this moment. Like this may just not be in the cards at the moment, because I do get the feeling that some of you are just in like a really sensitive moment and you maybe need to be in that. So maybe what your question is related to just isn't for you right now. I'm not saying that's everyone. Some of you, if it resonates to you that yeah, I feel like I could do that and I feel like that's needed and that feels refreshing to me, then go this way. But if this feels disharmonious, what I'm saying right now, to where you are, this question just might not be right for the moment. That being said, no matter where you are on the spectrum, there is some really fun energy within you, a lot of dreams, a lot of creative energy flowing. For some of you, you can direct this, how we've talked about, to get the yes to this question. For others of you, if you're just needing to be a little bit dreamy right now, you can direct this creative energy in other ways, in more soft, gentle, ethereal ways. Or just change the tone or slight direction of where this question is going. Or what you're hoping from this question. I think you need to look at, because this is your general energy, I'm feeling like, is this Page of Wands. And like, look at this figure, just feeling that soft bask of the sun. It's almost either, I feel like it's sort of a sunsetty shine on her. And to you, does this feel softening or does this feel enlivening? And that might help you to understand which way you need to go here. If you need to back off from this question and direct these creative, dreamy things coming up in you in softer ways, or if it feels enlivening to you to really go for it, really drop into your heart, get more assertive, start planning and really take control of something here. How does this make you feel? I think that will help you to know which direction you should be going here. Okay, let's look at your astrology cards. You've got Neptune. Yeah, you're totally in dreamy, I think for a lot of you, it's going to take, a lot of effort to move towards the assertive quality. This is very dreamy, very spiritual, very healing. Pallas Athena, this is just like coming under the Five of Wands is perfect. It's again confirming that if you want the yes, you really need to get strategic, really trust the strategy of your inner wisdom, and trust that you have the wisdom to lay out the strategy that you need. And then Venus, beloved, and this is this embodiment. This is directing you to be, in terms of how you decide to take this question, away from needing the yes or toward going after the yes, is you need to feel connected to the direction you take this as feeling pleasurable to you, as feeling sensual to you. So again, you know, and I think these match very well. How does this figure make you feel? More dreamy or more enlivened? Does going for the yes feel pleasurable to you? Or does leaning towards something else and something a little softer and a little allowing of kind of drifting off in your dreaminess, does that feel more pleasurable to you? If both of them feel possible and pleasurable, maybe just wait a couple days and see which one kind of takes the lead there. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards to end this. You've got Void. Yeah, I think some of you may not know which way to take this. I would just say if you're sort of like, I could go either way, wait a couple days. I think you'll, you may be more, like your inner authority may be filtered through your emotions, which constantly change, but over time we can see what is stable despite emotion. So you may just need several days to sit with this to see what is stable despite the moods you go in and out of, to help you get in out of that void of like, which way do I go? You know, hold these directions I talked about, and over the next few days feel into which feels right. You don't have to know this right away. But just know that if you keep a focus on this, that question in your heart, pursue that question actively over several days, something will stabilize and you'll see which one feels stable and right. Okay, Claw, be careful, do not take risks. Yeah, so if either direction of this feels gripping to you, like tight in you, that's a sign also to kind of steer a different direction. Then Dog, protection from a powerful friend. Well, that's beautiful. I think that just speaks for itself. There may be a really, really supportive friend around you that can be a great mirror for you, that can give you some feedback, that you can process with. I think that's a beautiful thing to come through at the end. Someone that really has your back is around you here. So, all right, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. So yeah, just take your time with this, you know, feel into what feels pleasurable, and if, you know, going towards the yes feels enlivening or tightening, and away from the yes to something else if that feels more pleasurable with dreamy and spaciousness. So, all right, if this resonated, I always appreciate a thumbs up. Little comments are always really fun to read as well, and definitely subscribe if you're not. All right, see you guys.